Alright, what is going on everybody? It is Tristan, and today in this video what I got going on for you guys, I'm going to be discussing some of the upcoming March sneaker releases. I think I've already made a video somewhat similar to this, but I just kind of want to run through it again, and this will kind of be the last video I make until we kind of specifically dive into each release coming up. This is just like generalizing them, going over all of them for, you know, a little bit, kind of giving a short explanation. So that'll be it. You want to check my Instagrams, any of that down below, feel free to do that, and you guys can subscribe and like for more content like this. Let's try and get 200 likes on this video, and yeah, that's pretty much everything I need to mention. Just kind of lets me know that these are the types of videos you want to see more of. And don't forget as well, you can also check us out down below at Hype Labs. You cook plenty of pairs today of the Dornbecker lows, so if you're looking to cook more pairs of sneakers, hit more of your favorite ones for retail, be sure you guys check us out. Join our waitlist down below. We got free food codes, daily undermarket deals on sneakers. Don't forget, been selling Seafoams at $230, $235 per, so people have been being able to make a lot of profit off these. New pair, been able to sell these to members, so if you're in the group, you've been able to get these for a pretty good deal. Also like nice dunks like this undermarket. So if you're interested in that, free food codes, learning how to bot Nike ACO, so botters copping items for you, or just again learning how to bot Nike, check us out. That's what we can help you with. But that's all I'll say. That's in the description, and let's get started. So the first drop I want to discuss, this one is actually coming on March 1st, so the first day. Well, that's a pretty obvious thing to say, but the Sand Drift Dunk Low, and I believe this is dropping in women's sizing. I could be wrong on this. I just want to confirm that. Yeah, there you go, women's Nike Dunk Low. So it is in women's sizing, and overall is a pretty decent pair. It is very basic, I will say that. Like, this is very simple, just kind of like all the other Dunk Lows. I mean, again, we have a lot of Dunk Lows that are just like this, very simple, not a lot to them that do well, but with these ones in particular, I think there'll be some light resale. But if you're just trying to get a personal pair, maybe you'd like this one to wear, whatever it may be, you'll probably be able to do that. I don't think these will be necessarily too difficult to get, because I don't think the hype is really like too much right now. It is a suede Dunk Low. I do notice that all around the toe box and back of the sneaker here is a suede material, so I do, with noticing that, and the swoosh also kind of being a suede, it looks like, I mean, that is going to definitely drive the value up a little bit. So definitely some light resale, at least on this one. But yeah, definitely, I think the hype is going to be there, and it says it's like a hemp material, so I don't know if this is like a hemp or suede, but it's definitely a little bit different. So you can see those are actually just kind of the names that's giving like the different tones and colorways on the sneaker. But yeah, it is like a soft suede. That's what they're saying. So overall, it's going to do well, I'm sure of that, but probably light resale at best. That's my guess, because stock will probably be pretty fair. There'll be a couple other places that'll drop it before and get this pair. That's my prediction. Another one also is the UNC 5s, again coming on March 5th. I'm definitely ready for this release, and I know there's a lot of people that want this one for the personal collection. I'm just a big fan of kind of the lighter colorway 5s. People tend to go for those a little bit more, and even with these ones having a higher retail price, I do think that there will be some demand for them. I do think though, this also, I think that the resale is not going to be super high, if there is any, because I think the stock for these is going to be very, very big as well. And while there is a larger amount of demand for these than there normally would be for a Jordan 5, just because the UNC colorway, and a lot more people are going to rock with this one for that, I do not think that there is necessarily enough demand, because I think that Nike's going to make enough pairs of these. That's my prediction, at least. But if there ends up being big backdoors, or they really don't end up making enough pairs, then these will be a little bit harder to get, and there'll probably be some light resale on them. But I couldn't see these reselling for like a super, super high amount and like staying there, kind of like how the the 3s are right now, the Reimagined 3s. Those are super, super high in price right now, but once we have the FLX stock, the sneaker stock, all those different places dropping it, it's gonna drop in price a significant amount. And that's kind of how I feel about these, pretty much the exact same way. A little bit higher in price right now, but just wait for the early pairs and other pairs to sell off, and wait for sneaker stock and FLX stock to come in. These are going to be a lot lower, so that's kind of how I'm feeling about them. Good pair, just wait to buy them. That's my main thing. And another one we got right here is the Flash Streetwear SB Dunk Low. I am a big fan of this one. This is dropping on March 10th. You can see you got the Flash Streetwear logo, and then also there were some photos of the insole I was trying to show. Let's see if it actually has these. There you go. So you can see again, it has their unique logo on one of the insoles, and then the Nike SB logo, and then you can see on the one with the Nike SB logo on the inside, it has the Flash Streetwear logo, and then the one with the Flash Streetwear logo on the insole has the Nike SB logo there. So that's kind of how they traded off on each sneaker. Kind of a cool little feature. Typical thing they also do with the tongue tags, where they'll make it one brand's logo, and then the other tongue tag logo will be theirs. So this isn't anything necessarily abnormal. This is pretty normal of them to do. So seeing that, again, big fan of this one. Definitely going to be going for it for the personal collection 110%. The main reason for this is just because I love kind of the neon green heel we have, and how that kind of contrasts with the sneaker, and kind of how it hits off the blue of the shoe as well. Excuse me, I do not know what that was, but I think the overall suede material too, choosing to use that around the whole entire dunk globe is kind of a nicer part as well. They always put more effort into SBs, and that's one of the main reasons I like them more than a regular dunk globe. So there's always a little bit more to them, so they always end up being a little bit nicer. So that's why I like them. It's just because, yeah, there's more effort put into them and they actually look good. So hopefully that makes sense. And also the swoosh is a little bit unique. You can see that. I mean, that is not like a normal Nike swoosh. I believe it's supposed to be based off something to do with like fly fishing or something like that. Or I could be completely, wrong there, but I think that's what the logo is. It looks like a fly for like fly fishing, and then this probably has something to do with like fishing lines, something like that. Just a prediction I have, but again, could be wrong on that. Would love if somebody would let me know. Actually, I'm just gonna read up on it. So yeah, feather earring graphics. That's what this is, and these are inspired by feathers. So that's kind of what they're supposed to be. It's feathers. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be feathers off of, but that's kind of what the swoosh is inspired by. So kind of a cool little detail. We also have the Reimagined Jordan 3 here coming on March 11th. So the day after the Fly Streetwear drop, which is March 10th, March 11th, we have the Reimagined 3. So I mean, it's like back-to-back days of good drops. So keep in mind, March is packed with a lot more stuff, and we still have more loading up. So March is going to be a hectic month. Same with April. We already have a ton of good drops scheduled for April, like a lot of classic colorway sneakers that would do pretty well. So how am I feeling about these? Again, this is another shoe that is definitely going to resell just because it's based off the OG white cements. There's a lot of hype for those, but just because it's, again, an iconic pair. So whenever they remake the iconic pairs, just kind of keep your eyes out. It's kind of like the Lost and Founds a little bit, because those were a remake of the 85. So, well, they're not an exact remake, but pretty close, if you know what I'm saying. So that's why those ones are so hyped, and these ones are a remake of the 88 white cements. So hopefully that makes sense. They got the little aged look, aged box, all that to try and look like it. So again, definitely go for this release. It's going to be a lot of hype. Definite resale. And another one I will mention to you guys, the Born and Raised SB Dunk Low, also predicted to drop in March, and hopefully it will, because it's another pair that I know a lot of people want for their collection. I'm considering adding it as well. I'm a little bit more of a fan of the Flash Streetwear SB Dunk Low, so I would go for that one over these personally. But both, again, if you're just a reseller, I mean, go for either one and try and hit both, because they're definitely going to be some solid flips. There's a lot of demand for the Born and Raised SB and a ton of demand for the Flash Streetwear SB as well. And we've started to see the official images and different things like that load up. So once you start seeing that, that's when we're gonna sooner or later have the release. So it's probably gonna be March, because we saw the Flash Streetwear early pairs and the Born and Raised early pairs around the same time. We saw the Flash Streetwear ones a little bit earlier. So if we saw this in April, wouldn't shock me. But again, another super clean pair with the ears and then swoosh, the logo by the heel. And then you also have one back here by the. It kind of changes. One says Nike, then one has the Born and Raised logo on the heel, where they kind of change it up usually. And then also same thing on the tongue tag as well. And then they also have like some writing. One block at a time. You can see that right here. See, they have that writing on the front of the toe boxes, and then you can see this. Actually, the different logos: Born SB and Nike SB logos. So, or just Born SB logos. So that's what both of them are. But keep it in mind. Hopefully, coming in March. Beautiful pair. Need it. And this is what the Nike SB Jordan 4 is going to look like. One of them, at least. This is not a mock-up. This is the official image and everything to it. Pretty much, you can see here is the box for it. That's what it will look like. The Nike SB Jordan 4 logo that they have made with a new box. Don't forget, they're going to have kind of this white box with Nike SB now this year. They're no longer doing the purple boxes. It's now going to be these kind of white themed boxes, which are a little bit different. We'll have this logo on every single one, because some are just going to be a Nike SB, so they won't have the Jumpman logo on them. But this one does, because again, it is a Jordan 4 collaboration, a little bit different. And it's going to be dropping in a few colorways. We got one more colorway that is not shown here, and we also have the black colorway of the sneakers. So I don't know if those are going to be dropping at the same time, probably at different times, I would predict. But if they did drop them at the same time, it'd probably make a decent amount of sense, and it would probably affect the resale prices a little bit more, because people would have to decide which ones to go for. So we'll kind of see what Nike decides to do. But overall, big fan of this pair, heavy resale, and I mean I'll say this: I'm a heavy fan of the concept of the sneaker, but in terms of like the colorway, like would I rock this? I'll probably pass up on it. I mean, if it looks better in hand, then hey, I'll rock it. But for me, at least now, maybe just gonna be sourcing some pairs to get them for people, that type of thing. And finally, the Air Force One Low Tiffany Code, definitely gonna be still have some light resale. I think the accessories are sold separately, but just with the current resale on the sneaker, I think it's at like 900 or no, I think it's like 1K plus still. So still a big flip, and these aren't going to be like massively produced. There isn't going to be a ton of stock on them, at least what I'm thinking. So with the super high retail and with the current resale prices, I think these will still float around the $600 range. Probably will still be a decent flip if you have the capital and you think it's worth it at that point. Then yeah, go ahead, go for these. I mean, it'll be a good play, and I mean, it's all right. I mean, it has the 9.25 silver bar on the back. It has kind of this blue and black theme, but it is still a pretty mid collaboration. Like, could they have done more with this collaboration and made it better? Yes, they could have 100% done that, but they really didn't put too much effort into it. It's very, very simple at best. But still, I mean, kind of simple is nice sometimes, and I think that's kind of what they were going for, and it will make it a little bit more memorable. I will say that, just because people are gonna be like, oh, those are the Tiffany lows, overpriced, but yeah, I know what those are. So if that's what you're going for, there you go. But most people keeping these, rocking these, they're not stressing about the cost. That's at least what I'm thinking. So that's pretty much all the March releases I have to mention as of right now. All the really good ones that I can point out to you guys to look out for. Of course, there's probably some I'm forgetting and some that have not loaded up, so stay tuned for that. But that's everything I need to say to you guys. Again, check us out down below at Hype Labs. You want under market pairs, food codes, learning how to bot. I hit 2 of the Dornbecker lows this morning, so if you want some daily deals again on like retail pairs, stuff like that, that is what we do in the group. And again, check us out below. Check out our socials, any of that. And feel free to, again, follow me down below if y'all want to. My IGs, subscribe and like here if you guys want to. Again, I'm trying to 200 likes on this video. That'd be great. Just lets me know that you guys want more content like this, and it kind of helps me out. So leave your questions, any of that in the comments, and hopefully I will see you guys in Hype Labs. Start cooking more sneakers. If you're a reseller, we can really up your game there. That's what we try and do, is improve resellers, ability to kind of flip items, get more stock in. So we can definitely do that for you 100%. It's very easy. So that's all I need to say. I'm into this. I'm Tristan. Thank you guys, and hopefully I'll catch you on the next video soon. Peace.